You are brave to tread here. I was brave once myself. How I miss the thrill of living. I have grown tired of fighting this thirst. Though it shames me, I can no longer feed off skeevers and scavengers. If I must consume mortal lives, they will not be those of the innocent. I merely cling to what's left of who I was. I am a lingering shame on my family and my order, but I cannot abandon that life. Here, perhaps, I'll find the means to reclaim it. An end to this curse, once and for all. I may be at the mercy of Molag Bal, but I will slake my thirst on his servants until my voice is heard. And if they deliver me to Cold Harbor for eternal torment, at least I will no longer be this. There's something in your eyes that tells me you are speaking more than kind words. I'd forgotten the feeling of hope, but I don't need it to continue this path. When I meet my Maker, I will expect no mercy. The ones who created me believe him to be our greatest progenitor. Only the Lord of Troubles knows for certain, but if I throw myself at his feet and beg to be freed of this existence, I will do so.
A Quama Wrangler must remain lean and fit. Those tunnels can be narrow, you know.
We'll deal with the problem as promised, Lord Thonlin. But we need to hire protection if the ruin is as infested as you say.
I would employ ghost hunters who can't hunt ghosts. Just find your help and get to work before I change my mind.
If only all spirits could be dealt with by simply slashing away at them.
I'm going to take a moment to make an assumption. You're somewhat versed in fighting, or at the very least defending yourself. It's your aura and the swagger that give it away. Are you looking for work by chance? My outfit specializes in spirit intervention, investigating hauntings and putting lingering spirits to rest. Spirits aren't always welcoming, though. In cases like our current job, we need someone to watch our backs. We're to cleanse a malicious presence on lands recently acquired by our employer. I know very little about the area, other than the Ashlanders think it's cursed. Whatever the presence is, it likely won't sit idle while we exorcise it. Hence, you. Our destination is an old fortress far to the north, accessible only by a small pass in the mountains. There's an Ashlander camp outside of it where we'll be stopping for supplies. We may find out more from them. The friendly gentleman talking to us earlier, Lord Thonlin, that's our employer. He just purchased a writ for the land the fortress sits on. Says he got it rather cheap, too. I imagine the spirit infestation must have lowered the price a bit. First, we figure out why they linger. Is it a cursed relic binding them? Vengeance for a wrongful death? Looking to say goodbye to a loved one? It's always different. Once we figure that out, it's easier to get them to move on. I can't say it's always been perfect, but my group's the best at what we do. We even guarantee that our client will be fully satisfied or their money back. Won't find other ghost hunters offering that, I promise. I doubt Lord Thonlin knows any more than us. Knowing the type of person our employer is, he likely viewed this deal as too good to pass up and left it at that. Not big on details, that one. This team here? This team's the best ghost hunting team in all of Tamriel. We all have a special connection with the realm of the dead in one way or another. It helps us communicate and problem solve when it comes to spirits. Near-death experiences. Cast a lightning spell while wading in water could put you one step into the great beyond. There's just something about having one foot in the grave that ghosts relate to. Well, then maybe we should talk when we're done. You could round out our group. We're always looking for a little muscle. We thought Shars knew how to fight. I mean, just look at his arms, but he's a pacifist, so, oh well.
Balara Nama I, traveler. May the spirits walk among you as an ally, and your shadow never stray from your feet. It is the language of my people's religion and beliefs. It dates back to ancient times when the true gods were worshipped, when mortals and immortals lived side by side as equals. It's very old. I can tell you more about it, for a donation, of course. You have a valid point. I suppose I have to stay competitive or risk letting this old, grand religion fall into total obscurity. The name of our religion is so ancient that the mortal tongue cannot speak its name, but it holds the secrets of divinity. Its true followers long ago achieved perfection and left this world behind. Most of their teachings are lost to time. I found their lost archives and scrolls. Just a fraction of the truth, traveler, but enough. The path of perfection is open to me, and you may follow it. For another small donation, I can give you a copy of the holy texts. Ask me when we return.
Greetings, fellow traveler of whatever town we're in. Speak to me as a friend, for that is what we shall become. That is, unless you have darkness in your heart, then we will part as the greatest of enemies. For I only mingle with those pure. Righteous? I know. It is the many years I've studied underneath the tutelage of the noblest and most honorable of lords and ladies. My teachers would give their food to the hungry, their money to the poor, their clothes to the naked. They were. So much so they ended up on the streets with no home, no money, and no food. But they had purity in their hearts, and that's what was important. Until they caught the plague, then most of them died. But they died with honor.
I don't have time to speak to strangers, stranger. I need to get these imbeciles moving so I can get my property back.
Can't you hear it? The song, it's all wrong. We have to fix it.
Bah. Fresh air's not going to do the trick, boss. Whatever's down there has still got a grip on him.
Well, it's about damn time. You daffy House Redoran types have... Wait, you're not House Redoran? Ah, should have known better. You'd best move on, stranger. This mine's cursed. It'll snatch you up just like poor Thogbruth if you aren't careful. Sorry for growling and moping. We've just been waiting for these damned Redoran surveyors so long. Kind of lost hope, you know? My egg hands are in buckets of trouble. Some strange noise is turning their brains to pudding, driving the Kwama mad too. It's put a hex on them. They won't budge. They just pace and hum and blubber like idiots. Practically had to beat Thogbruth senseless to drag him out here. Oh, something in that noise, that song. It's got them by the beards and won't let go. Maris mercy. Thank you, friend. I'm supposed to wait until the Redoran surveyors show up, but to Sovngarde with that. I want my people home safe. Do what you need to do, but don't stay in there long. I don't want that song to claim you too. Well, it's barely a song. It's just a mash of notes, you know? It crawls up behind your eyeballs and makes you dizzy, paranoid. I've been working in these mines for years, and I've never heard the like. Might have something to do with all the quakes. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but Red Mountain's been pretty ornery lately. We've been dealing with minor cave-ins for weeks. Could be that one of those tremors uncovered something it shouldn't have.
Thogbruth nearly bit my hand off when we pulled him out of the mine. I've never seen him like this. Poor bastard.
It plays and plays. But the chords are wrong. Don't you see? It has to be right. It has to be perfect.